Buenos dias, KU. I'm Lauren Davidson.
And I'm Nick Cousin. It is Cinco de Mayo today. As you can see, we open up the show with our good morning in Spanish.
Yep.
But it's also the very last good morning KU of the semester, on Tuesday for this semester. Very sad day, but it's been a great year for us.
Yeah.
As journalists, we got involved a lot, and
yeah, both being freshmen, I think that we've learned a lot. For me, college isn't exactly what I expected it to be, but I think it's been great. I don't know if I could have been away from home any other place than KU.
I totally agree. College I didn't expect it to be that much of the workload that I expected, but we got through. We were involved with a lot of stuff, and we're right at the end, and we're still alive and well. So that's a positive thing.
Yeah.
But we do have some pictures from our year of stuff we've done, and we're gonna start out with my pictures. And this is. I worked the first football game. That's me on the sideline. I'm all cool, And then this is media day for basketball. As a freshman, nobody really gets to do that, so that was cool. Got to meet the basketball team. This is one of the basketball games I worked for Time Warner, and that was really fun. I worked a lot. I worked almost every game for that. Oh, and this is the show that I'm on 785 Live with all my crew on Thursdays at 6. That's me on the TV. I made it on TV. This is another game I worked for basketball. This is Brent Musburger, Fran Fischillo from ESPN. Some of my idols in the broadcasting world. So that was cool meeting them. And this is me in a press conference. While the game was going on, we kind of just slipped a picture there. So we're kind of being Bill Self and the players here. It's kind of cool. This is me. We called the quarterfinals of the Big 12 tournament down in Kansas State at the Sprint Center. That was fun. And then this is my last picture. The perks of journalism is you get free food at every event. So I brought home a box of Chipotle from my last event. So that's been my year in journalism. Let's go to Lawrence.
Yeah, not only getting a lot of experience working basketball and football games, but definitely perks. Get a lot of free food. And I think one of the things I would say, not only for journalism majors, but for all students, is make sure that you get involved early, but also go to all the sporting events. Be a student of KU. Enjoy the games. This was at a basketball game with Big J. I think maybe the third basketball game because I worked most of them, but that was awesome. And then this was probably 2 weeks ago at the KU Relays, and that was an amazing experience. I was talent for Time Warner, so I was able to interview Michael Stigler, who, is a great KU track athlete.
Future Olympian.
Yeah, future Olympian. And then, as Nick did, I worked a basketball game for Time Warner, and I also worked the first football game.
Maybe we did those two together.
Yes.
That's kind of a funny thing. We're here. So
again, going back to attending the different sporting events, this was after KU beat Iowa State, and we took down the goalposts. So all the students stormed the field, and it was just an awesome experience.
And now we get to, as we start the semester with you guys, now we get to end the semester with you guys as our host, and it's been a great semester. And shout out to all the crew backstage and the people that are going to do the news coming up and the interviews. And we're going to have Jack after the break with the interview, and they're going to talk about the misconceptions of Cinco de Mayo. See you after the break.
And welcome back, everybody. I'm Jack Graham alongside Margarita Nunez Arroyo, Vice President of HALO here on campus. That's Hispanic American Latin Organization. And we're here to talk about some of the misconceptions of Cinco de Mayo. And will you give us the number one misconception?
The number one misconception always Cinco de Mayo is that it is Mexico's Independence Day, which is completely false. The Independence Day is actually on September 16, which is hugely different. Also, Cinco de Mayo, it involves people going out heavily drinking, which is not something that happens. Because Cinco de Mayo is a commemoration to an important event in Mexico's history, which was, at this time, the French were one of the most powerful military armies. And they invaded Mexico, and Mexico fought back, and they actually won this battle, which is called the Battle de Puebla. It's very important in our history because the people who were fighting were just campesinos, indios, some militants, but it was mainly just regular people who didn't have guns, who just got what they could and defended their nation.
Wow. So it wasn't like an organized army who like set out a battle plan. It was just people who loved their country and regular people, and then they went out and won and came back against one of the greatest armies, the French.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, so it's not their Independence Day. Just to clarify that for everybody, and it's not just a day to go out and pound tequila and margaritas. So that's correct as well.
Yes.
Okay, so with Halo, how did you get involved with that here on campus?
With Halo, well, the past president, Ramiro Sarmiento, he talked to me because I am not originally from Kansas. I am from California. So I didn't really, and none of my friends from high school came here. So I was pretty much solitary.
Yeah.
And he invited me to Halo, and eventually I went through a long self-discovery, and Halo has just become this home for me.
That's
that
awesome.
I really love.
Yeah, I'm actually here out of state as well. I don't know anybody. And it's always awesome to get to like find an organization or a group of people to be with. For me, that was Good Morning KU and the Tuesday crew. But what kind of events does Halo put on here on campus at?
In September, beginning September 16, which is Mexican Independence Day, is we have Hispanic Heritage Month. So that would begin in the fall, and we're separating into weeks. So it'll be Politics Week, and then it'll be Literature Week. Then we have Entertainment Week, and we have Halo Week. And we're trying, I know that one of the events that we're putting that it's new is we're going to do a variety show where we have students just kind of like a talent show, not really, but they'll just go up and do things, sing, dance, etc. We also want to have a Latin cuisine where it's stuff, and not just from Mexico, it'll be from all Latin America. We want to have like the food and this
Awesome.
cuisine out for students.
Now, do you have any big plans for Cinco de Mayo?
I don't. I save all my big plans for Independence Day, which is September 16th.
Wow, that's real dedication right there. Well, thanks for stopping in, Margarita. We really love having you on. And stay tuned, Lawrence. We'll be right back with the news.
Welcome back, and I'm Ben Bridgestead. We want to apologize for that brief pause that we had to take in our show. We had a fire drill going on here in the KU Union, but do not worry, everybody is safe and sound. So on with the news. Another presidential candidate can be added to the 2016 ballot, as Mike Huckabee is expected to make an official announcement this week about entering the race. According to the USA Today, Huckabee will be at the Pizza Ranch in Cedar Rapids, Iowa on Thursday. Huckabee has chosen this location because he's saying that it is a good luck charm for him. Panera will be the first national restaurant chain to remove 150 artificial additives from its food by 2016. According to the USA Today, Panera is calling it a no-no list. This action follows the announcement Panera made less than a year ago to ultimately remove all artificial additives from its menu. As the year wraps up, finals weeks are quickly approaching. With many myths and tricks about how to do well on these tests, we went to students and asked what their ultimate tip would be for preparing for their finals.
Put yourself in an area where you're not surrounded by friends and entertainment.
Coming from KU students themselves, you should start studying now to get prepared for your finals.
I think that students should start studying at the beginning of the week before finals.
Fantasy football is about to become legal in the state of Kansas. The Kansas Senate approved a bill on Monday that would classify fantasy sports as a game of skill and not gambling. The bill, which passed 37-1, would also set new regulations for charity bingo and raffle fundraisers. For more sports news, Dallas Milligan will be here after the break. Please keep watching.
Where you go to college makes a statement about you. This place will become a part of you, your identity for life. The University of Kansas, a great place to be you.
And I'm San Diego with today's sports. KU baseball team is 20-28 following a winning 1-game of 3-game series against Baylor Bears. For those 2 in the conference losses, the team is ranked 7th in the Big 12 with a record of 7-11. The next game will take place in Illinois when they play a 2-game series against Northwestern. First pitch is today at 3 p.m. The women's softball team is sitting on a 5-game losing streak, their last 3 losses being against Baylor this weekend. The team is now 35-13 on the season, and they are 5-10 in conference, putting them at 5th place out of 7. The women travel to Ames, Iowa this weekend to cap off their season against Iowa State. Stephen Curry was named the NBA's most valuable player this season, receiving 110 out of 130 first-place votes. Runner-up for the MVP was James Harden from Houston. Curry averaged 23.8 points and just under 8 assists per game this season. With 8 teams left in the NBA playoffs, 4 already won one of the semifinals this weekend and yesterday. Winning teams out of the West are the Golden State and Houston, and the winners of the East are Chicago and Washington. Next games are tonight when the Wizards play the Hawks and the Warriors face the Grizzlies. Now for the MLB, the AL Central, the Minnesota Twins were the only team to play last night and ended up defeating the Oakland A's 8-7. Twins will face Oakland again tonight at home. Other teams to play tonight in the division are the Tigers, who take on the Sox, Royals, who face the Indians. The Royals are a half game behind Detroit in the AL Central with an overall record of 16-9. There are 8 teams left in the NHL playoffs, and 3 out of the 4 series may result in sweeps. As of now, Chicago, Anaheim, and Tampa Bay are leading their 4-game series 2-0. While the Capitals and Rangers have played 3 games, and the Capitals took the lead in the series 2-1 when they won last night. Next matches will be tonight for both teams out of the West. Tampa Bay Buccaneers selected Jameis Winston with the first pick of the NFL draft last Thursday. Second pick also went to a quarterback as Marcus Mariota went to the Tennessee Titans. As for the Chiefs, they selected cornerback Marcus Peters in the 18th pick of the draft and picked up a total of 5 defensive players in the draft. This moves that team made during the draft day, including a 5th-round trade to the Saints for Ben Grubbs and a 6th-round pick to the Vikings to move up for wide receiver Chris Conley. Now, Floyd Mayweather defeated Manny Pacquiao on Saturday in a unanimous decision. Mayweather improved his record to 48-0, while Pacquiao's record is now 57-6-2. Here's what Mayweather and Pacquiao had to say about the match.
We did what we had to do tonight, and I'm truly blessed. Manny Pacquiao is blessed, and I want to thank all the fans that came out to support this event.
I got him many times, I solid punches, and I think I believe, I thought I won the fight.
I feel like we're real personal right now. And now we're going to talk a little track and field with our own Ben Burstead. How you doing, man?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm doing good. So, as you know, as we all know, you're in track and cross country. How's that going with the KU squad?
It's been going really well this year for track, at least. You know, we've had some really, really good individual performances that are always standing out in our home meets and away meets, and just together, I think we're all coming together. Although we have a young team this year, we're doing a great job of, you know, learning what it takes to be good at a level that's so high.
Okay, and you do the 1500, am I correct?
1500 and 3K steeple, yeah.
Okay, so how is that long distance? Because I know most in high school do obviously short distance. What's the difference? And did you do both in high school?
Well, in high school, it's kind of comparable in a way, but the intensity is just a lot higher because I know I did the mile and 2 mile in high school. So the 1500 and 3K is just a little bit shorter than those actually, but the intensity is a lot higher. So you got to learn how to, you know, change your training up a little bit to prepare yourself to go into a situation like that when you're going to be going against guys that are faster than you and much older than you. So it's definitely a learning experience your freshman year.
Okay, speaking of competitiveness, you seem to do pretty well in that area. Steeplechase, you took first, am I correct?
Yeah, it went really well. I mean, Coach expected me to try and go out and get the win. I didn't know how possible it would be, but I just wanted to go in believing that I could do that. So it went really well, and yeah, it was definitely fun to get a win in front of the home crowd. So hopefully I can keep that going next year.
How have you done since then? Have you had any?
I had a race on Saturday. Didn't really go the way that I expected, but that's completely fine. So those will happen, unfortunately.
Right. And so as the future plays out with KU and track and field, how do you think everything's going to go with you specifically and the team?
Yeah, well, now that we have Big 12s coming up, that's probably going to be the highest level of competition that we're all going to see. So I think that'll prep us a lot for the years to come. Myself and the rest of the freshmen I'm speaking for, of course. But, with the young team that we do have, I really think that we can have some pretty big levels of success and put KU on the map. So.
All right, well, that sounds great. Hopefully KU can do well throughout this rest of the season with the Big 12, and hopefully we can have great seasons coming up for track and field and cross country and seasons following up. So that's it for sports, and we'll be back with Mimi with the weather. And
have a good one.
There we go.
Happy Cinco de Mayo.
Good morning, KU. I'm Mimi Mishash here with the weather. This is a live look up on the top of the Union. You'll see Campanile there. It looks like a beautiful day outside, some clouds, but definitely the sun is shining. It's a little bit muggy outside for sure, and the temperatures are pretty hot, but that's pretty normal for this time of year. If we take a look at our averages for this time of year, you'll see 71 is our average for this time of year, and yesterday we actually passed that average, and today we're looking to do the same. Taking a look at the rest of the day, taking a look at the rest of this week, actually, you'll see that there is rain expected throughout this week. And even today, we'll have that last little bit of sunshine today, and then into tonight, we're expecting some thunderstorms, and that rain will continue, like I said, throughout the rest of the week, which comes at a good time. Definitely a good week to stay inside and be studying for these finals coming up. So yeah, temperatures again in the 70s. It will feel warm, but muggy, rainy. It won't be raining all day every day, but expect scattered showers. We'll be right back after this break with the rest of our staff in honor of our last show. Thank you.
Where you go to college makes a statement about you. This place will become a part of you, your identity for life. The University of Kansas, a great place to be you.
Hey, thank you so much for watching, and we're really happy to be doing this. Happy Cinco de Mayo, good luck on all your finals, and hasta luego.
Hasta luego!